Hi there, Louisa here. I wanted to pop in quickly and say hi because I haven't for a while, and I want to keep up with my journey as it goes along. I don't want to get to the end of the journey and look back on what it was like while I was going through it, because the perspective will be so different to what it is while you're going through it. And I don't want to forget lots of things because you ladies are probably coming up to this yourselves, and I want to make sure that you know what's coming so that nothing's a surprise. The hair loss, as I've got none on the top, but I've got some around the edge, so I just look stupid at the moment. I might shave it, I don't know, but I'm getting away with just headscarves at the moment. Finding headscarves that don't make you look like you have cancer is hard. So I've got this one, it's silk, because this all had to happen in summer, didn't it? So I had to find something that's cool and not a beanie hat, which I would have been happy with just a hat, but no, it has to happen in summer. But what I want to really talk about is the Picc Line, because I had no idea this was coming, and I'm glad I didn't, in a way, because I'm still not used to it. I've had it for ages now, but I didn't understand when he said that it goes in your arm. I thought he meant like a cannula goes in my arm, and then he said that goes into your heart. I thought he meant the vein goes into my heart. I'm like, yeah, whatever, okay. Actually, no, it's completely different. I didn't realise until the actual nurse was doing it what it was going to be. So it's called a PICC line, peripheral insertion something line. I should probably look that up. I'll put it in the comments. But basically, it is a wire tube that goes in your arm, and that's, for me, I'm only 5 foot nothing, because the nurse was like, how tall are you? I'm like, weird question, 5 foot nothing. And so from that she worked out how long it took, about 45 centimeters of line to then go into my heart, and I was like, oh my god, I had no idea. So they do local anaesthetic. She put on all surgeon gowns and then covered me in a surgeon gown. I'm like, this is getting a bit serious for a cannula, isn't it? And she's like, it's not a cannula. I'm like, oh, okay. And she then sterilised herself and sterilised me, and everything was sterilised, and then she had 2 pairs of gloves on so that when she touched something she could take those gloves off, and then she's still sterile. And I was like, I had no idea. And then on this side there's a big ultrasound screen, so she's got an ultrasound thing going on, and then she can see inside, and she puts the ultrasound on your arm and she can see the veins inside, so you can see all the veins. It was really cool, and I was still in utter bliss of not knowing what was coming by then. And so she just got this, nothing hurt, none of it hurt, and she chooses the big vein that she wants, and she goes, that's the one we're going for. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And then she gets the local anaesthetic, and she says, this is going to be the worst bit because the local anaesthetic stings. So I was like, okay. And I don't do needles, so I looked away. I'm like, all right, get it over and done with. Do it. Have you done it yet? Have you? Get on with it. And then I looked, and she'd done it. She was off doing something else. So I had no idea. And after that I felt nothing whatsoever. And it was she puts a needle in with the tube, and I thought that was going to be ghastly, so I looked away because I don't do needles. But then of course this side is the ultrasound screen with the bigger picture of the needle inside, so that was worse. So I didn't know where to look. You just have to shut your eyes, because bigger needle, normal needle, awful, and then she feeds it all the way through and follows it with the ultrasound, so they know exactly where it's going. It's not going to come out your ear or anything stupid, and it goes right round and then into your heart. And then they put this thing on the end, and I love it and I hate it. I gag every time I look at it because it's foul. I mean, look at it, there's a tube in my arm, it's disgusting. But I love it as well, because if they never ever need any blood, they just unscrew the end and you're on tap. So they just take their blood, and then, because they're always taking blood, they love it, don't they? So, and then you just put the thing back in. You get a sleeve and you just put it there, and it's always there, and it's on the inside so you can still sleep fine and stuff, so you just don't notice it. If you don't look at it and gag, it's fine. So it's great, because otherwise they'd be trying, there's other people on the chemo ward there and they're trying to find the veins all the time, and it's just horrible. I'd hate that, kind of putting needles in, so I would really hate that. So I love it, but I look at it and I hate it, but I love it, because then you go into the chemo ward. I'm going to do a video, if they'll let me, of the actual chemo ward, what that looks like, because I was really worried about the chemo ward. I didn't know what was coming. I had no idea of any of this. I've never taken any notice of cancer stuff before. I've never needed to. I had no idea. So I just want to shed some light on what's coming for you, because it's not so scary, honestly. It's not so bad. And then when you go in, they just hook you up to the intravenous, and it just drips straight in there. And some of the chemos you taste, the big nasty, they've got stupid names. Derma something, docetaxel. That's the one. That's the one that's going to make me lose my hair if it hasn't already. Yuck. I've actually managed to keep a lot. Most people would have lost their hair by now, so I don't know what's going on there. So I'm sort of half in between. I haven't got enough to have it out, but I don't. But I've lost enough to look stupid. So that's the one. But you taste that one when it goes in, so make sure you got a cake, or someone said chewing gum so that you don't taste it, but where's the fun in that, honestly? Chewing gum, if you one excuse to have a cake forever, this is the time. So have a cake ready to eat while you're on chemo, because it takes that taste away. It's only that one that I can taste. Sometimes they do a flush and you can taste it. Weird, there's no taste buds down there, but you can taste it. Very odd. But yeah, that's the Picc Line. Disgusting, but it is your best friend. Some people have it on their chests, called something else there. And that means you can't shower and stuff. They give you your... Yeah, my little girl's here. Come on, come on. Oh, she's covered in strawberry. You don't want to see her.
See?
Yeah. It's lovely. Some people have the Hobbs line. I don't know. It's here, but it means it's difficult to shower with it there. I wasn't given a choice. They just went straight for here. I don't know why. But for a shower, you get this like big elephant arm thing, and you put it over there and you keep it dry. I did take a bath and forgot it was on, and got it wet. But you have to go to the doctor every week. Well, go to a nurse every week and get it changed. But really, that's fine. I'm getting to know the nurses there, and they're so lovely. They're brilliant. So you just go, you have to book every Wednesday for me, and then every Wednesday before my chemo, they then also take the blood. And so again, see, blood every time. And they'll take the blood for you to send it off to the hospital so that they can analyse that before you go onto your chemo. This is getting a long video, sorry, there's lots to say. And then... so it all just ties together really well. So if you can, make sure you get line your dressing up to be changed the day before you have your chemo. Mine is always on a Thursday, my chemo, so I always get my dressing done on a Wednesday. You end up organising a lot of stuff that I had no idea I had to organise. They do a lot, but it's good to know what you're got to do as well. So yeah, you then put it in a stretchy sleevey bandy thing. If they spoil you, they'll give you an extra one if you're nice. So my lovely nurses gave me an extra one, but yeah, that's it. Doesn't hurt. It is your best friend. I love it and hate it, but at least you know what's coming. I had no idea. So good luck with it all. I'll see you in the next one, but stay with it. Take care.